The corona crisis leaves societies in lockdown and people losing their jobs. This means tougher economic times and households cutting down on their expenses. This affecting, of course, the whole business-to-consumer market. Could smart data help business-to-consumer companies to survive this crisis? Welcome to Bisnode Studio with me, Anna Olin Kardell. Today we will be discussing the challenges for business-to-consumer companies. E-commerce is on the rise and we see a big shift in consumer behavior. This was already on the go, but Corona has definitely put the speed up on things. Today's guest in Bisnode Studio is Mohamed Beyan, Solutions Manager at Bisnode. A warm welcome.
Thank you.
So you told me three things are important here. Data quality, and data quality. So let's start there. Why is this so important?
So you see, Anna, you're already grasping the most important thing in this data-driven world as of today. Data quality is basically about one thing: having correct information about customers, both existing customers and new customers. And what it really is about is data cleansing, making the data fit for its purpose and keep it continually up to date.
So could you give me a concrete example of how that could be?
We can take yourself, for instance, Anna, and you see, you have purchased products and services along the years. You've confirmed for companies the right to hold your information. And that information have changed a lot the past 2 to 3 years. Your way of life and preferences, phase of life and so on have changed. And good quality is when businesses that holds your information keep it always up to date. So data quality is basically about helping businesses to drive business decisions in a secure manner.
So despite the crisis and the challenges it's posing on every one of us, companies need to do business in order to survive. So what would your advice be to a business-to-consumer company?
Yeah, I think you said it right. Continue acting. That's the best way, instead of only reacting. In this, we live in an uncertain and noisy world today. And I think Darwin put it in the best way with natural selection, or survival of the fittest.
So what do you need to do to be fit?
I strongly believe that the ones that are flexible enough and can adapt are the ones that will survive. The reason I say that is, if you see how customers' behavior are changing, moving from offline shopping to online, the ones that can adapt that are the ones that will survive and stay relevant for the customers. And use data to understand the customers and stay relevant. So with data, you can track everything from your customers' behavior on your websites to understand their impacts in their everyday life. The way we do it is adding data, for instance, the basic information about name and address with the more relevant and inside variables, as we call it, like phase of life, living form, if they have car or not in the household, if they engage in any businesses and so on. That helps actually to understand the customers better and understand their everyday life.
So when you talk to your clients today, Mohamed, what are their concerns? What do they think about?
We hear many things. Uncertainty, of course, and many customers want to optimize their risk and credit processes to minimize credit loss and so on. But if we going to talk about marketing and the communication perspective here, many customers, they tend to decrease their marketing and communication activities in times like this.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you see the customer's behavior today, working from home, staying at home all the time, the use of web will increase. And you always want to stay relevant to your customers, even in crisis. Keeping your information and inform them at least that you care about them, that you are there, at least for your brand and so on. So moving your customers from offline to online gives you also forcing you also to digitalize and use omni-channel strategies
So are these the challenges that your customers are working on
Yeah, absolutely.
today?
I would say that. It's everything from risk and credit management to
How do I
have a great
communicate?
communications and so on, reach the customers in a suitable and then reliable way.
So the retail industry have been struggling with this changed consumer behavior for a long time now. And when all stores sell the same things and you actually can't compete with price, what do you actually stand out with?
The key here is to stay relevant to your customers at all time. Use your existing data about your customers to understand their behavior and also how to continually be relevant for the customer.
That's a good thing. So should we also talk a little bit about the APIs and how they can help the ones listening to stay more relevant in this?
Yeah, APIs are actually the tools here that enables customers to become more data-driven and automate things. APIs enable them to have real-time access to data about their customers, from everything in the websites, but also using third-party APIs, open up the gate to add more relevant data on top, data that can uplift the usefulness of their information. That could be fueling also marketing automation systems, giving reliable way on decision making with marketing and sales activities and so on. And smart APIs can also help you to automatically keep your data always up to date.
Oh, I like that one.
That's actually the way all the successful companies which are data-driven today use APIs, connecting programs, applications with each other to allow the data to flow and also have, of course, relevant data.
I said that I like having some ads coming in because it's a bit uplifting when you're sitting in front of the computer, but I also get very annoyed when they are misdirected, when I get ads and information that I don't want and that's not relevant for me. Is that the cookies I once accepted that is coming back to bother me now, or why is that happening?
It's funny how you put it. It's, I would say cookies could be that thing causing these noisy things that's not relevant for you, because cookies most likely are based on digital behavioral data and device data and so on. And we always urge our customers to use real data about real people. And of course, you can have cookie-based data on top, but that's not your starting point. You need to understand the customer. You don't need any web behavioral data for that. You need to understand who they are, what's their challenges, what's their preferences, how their everyday lives look like.
So, Mohamed, to sum this up, could you give me your list of the 3 things we need to do to be able to communicate and keep our customers in this time? And you can't say data quality on all 3 of them this time.
But data quality will always be my number 1.
I know.
That's always the starting point for many customers when building data-driven organizations. But okay, my first advice would be have always the ambition to work data-driven. In this data-driven society, the ones that are data-driven base their decisions on smart data, updated data and so on, are the ones that would be fit.
And survive.
And survive in this environment, even after the epidemic.
And 2?
Secondly, I would say use real data about real people. Not base your decisions on cookie-based data or web-based behavioral data. You can use that on top of the smart data that you already have. And last but not least, make sure that you have simple and reliable way to add smart data on top of your existing customer database, but also for new customers. In the onboarding processes, making your onboarding processes extremely easy for customers.
We like that. We like it easy. So thank you so much, Mohamed, and hopefully you've given a lot of good advice for our viewers so that they can take them back with them home and survive in these very challenging times. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and please also keep the lookout for more episodes of Bisnode Studio here at the website. So thank you for watching and stay safe.